So hello everybody, welcome back. I wanted to continue talking to you about food, and today we are going to comment several things that I found in this old book, or I don't know if I will call it like a magazine or something, but this one has very interesting information and other tips that I think are important for the food process, because it's not just you cooking, and it's not just you eating. It's about everything that goes behind the curtains, and you might need to know in order to make it more secure, make it more safe. Secure and safe is not the same, by the way. And make it more comfortable, and hell, for all I know, more healthy and more within your budget. So grab your coffee or tea and your notebook, because I'm guessing that you're probably, taking notes. Remember that this is a reproduction list, which means that you might want to watch this from the beginning. And I have 2 videos on food that they are not in the reproduction list, because they are more related to reasons why you might not find food in several places, and other tendencies to the food and other things like that are in this topic, but they are not related to food handling and stuff. So anyway, if you wanted to share a coffee with me, you can do that in the link down below. And if you wanted to help me out, you can also send an Amazon gift card in the email down below. So thank you very much for the help, and I really appreciate it. And now I'm going to talk to you about several things. So, number 1, I found a video on people choking. And I do know that a lot of people, do know the Heimlich maneuver and stuff like that. However, I found something that it might be better than the Heimlich maneuver. I do not know if they are the same in terms of the problem that they are addressing. But oh hell, I really wanted to get this thing, but it's expensive. I mean, it's about $100 each one. And you might need to buy 2, one for your car and traveling and stuff, and one for your kitchen. Hell, for all I know, this thing should be legally, within all the freaking restaurants around the globe. And this one is called a Life Back. It's a vacuum thing. It's a vacuum system. So basically, if you have somebody who is choking, you will put the person, you will put a mask. So this is the mouth. So you will put a mask in this person and then press it. And then the vacuum thing will remove whatever they have in the mouth. And then, it will be out. So basically, you just save them from choking. You do not need to expel it from this side, but rather it's just going to be sucked into this thing, and it's very, very easy to use. And it comes for infants and children and adults. And I think that you might want to have that one for children, not because of food, but because a lot of people, especially children, play with balloons, the balloon parties. And when you explode that thing near you, because you are blowing it up, or because of whatever reason you are leaking it, you are whatever, if that thing gets into your throat, you're not getting it out. So a lot of people die, especially children, because how the hell do you get something like that out of your mouth? It's not, that thing is sticky. It's like you trying to remove bubble gum. It doesn't come up with like a solid object will or whatever. So this thing, it will be very helpful. So oh hell, I would like to have that one, but oh crap, I don't have $200 for that. But if you do have them, I do recommend that you get, 2 of them. If you can't get 2, at least get 1. Because, it's very, very, very important, because a lot of people die from choking. You can have choking for allergies and you can have choking for physical objects. When you have a choke for allergies, obviously this one will not work. But if you have, anything that it is, important. And also because a lot of people do not know how to give proper first aid in terms of choking. A lot of people will tell you, hey, drink something. And then, you drink something, and what you do is, instead of taking the thing out of your body, you are taking it inside, and hell, for all I know, you are taking it the wrong way, and it might be into your lungs and stuff. So, oh, hell no. Avoid all drama. When you're in hard times, you try throwing money at anything that will avoid you drama. Because quite frankly, drama is not something that you can fix with money. But oh hell, there are a lot of tools that you might be able to find, to do this one. So this one is one of them. Again, it's called Life Back. It is in the Amazon webpage, and it is also in my Amazon wishlist, which is not available right now for whatever reason. I will tell you about it in an Etsy video. So I'm going to continue with this video. So another tip for today will be that you want to print out information on how to recognize when meat is fresh, and how to recognize when fish is fresh. This one is quite tricky, because not all fishes, if you're going to eat a fish, they are not all the same. And some fishes you actually want them to be not necessarily very, very, very fresh, because some of them you might need to make them into what we call encurtidos. I don't know how to say that in English, but basically like a vinegar thing. And, for the treatment and stuff. And also, there are other things that you want to consider, like the source of the food that you are buying. The source as in, if it is genetically modified or whatever like that, because then the vegetables and the fruits and everything will not have a lot of nutrients, which means that you need to find a way to find nutrients for your food. I'm going to talk to you about that in a few seconds, thanks to this book. And you also may need to know that these vegetables and things that you have, if they have if they have been modified and everything, they will not last the same amount of time that other fruits and vegetables that are natural and they are heirloom and all of that will last. So, for example, let's say that, in California, in the US, they don't have a lot of genetically modified food and all of that. So fruits and vegetables from there will last you a long time if you compare them to fruits and vegetables that are produced in other places. They will be a little bit more expensive, but it's worth it because they have more nutrients and because they will last longer. I wanted to remind you that if you are cooking in the kitchen, not having power for the light bulbs and not having enough light in your kitchen will be a problem, especially if you need to wear glasses and if you are over 30 years old, because you will need more light. So since you will need very, very good light, because you might screw up reading stuff from the ingredients and other things, remember that you want to buy rechargeable light bulbs, because if the lights fail, you will still have light within your kitchen. I mean, it will not last you forever, but it will last you maybe 4 or 5 hours, which is enough if you ration it. So, it will help you. It's the same with the bathrooms. You want to have, those rechargeable light bulbs in there. And within the kitchen, you want to have a magnifying glass for reading the small letters that packages have, for allergy information and for nutritional purposes, and also because of expiration dates and other things that you might not be able to see, even with glasses on, because, companies are weird in that aspect. They don't put these things very big. And also because some packages are very small. And in terms of your budget, handling the food, it's very important that you understand that it's very, very expensive in the long term, buying food that is chemical, too much chemicals on it, because let's say that the whole planet, everyone in the planet, starts buying food that is being produced with a lot of chemicals. So this will do to the market is that the companies will create even more chemicals, and then they will replace all natural food with the chemicals because they can make money out of it. And so if you want this, if you want your grandkids to have access to food that is produced naturally, then you need to shift your money towards that market, because otherwise that market will become more expensive for the next generation. So let's say that you buy potatoes. It will cost you, let's say, 1 pound, it will cost you $2. But buying mashed potato, a package, those packages that you just add water and then you have the mashed potato, let's say that it costs you 50 cents. So you pay the 50 cents because it's cheaper than the $2, right? However, this will increase the prices in the potatoes because they don't have a lot of market, and then eventually nobody will buy the potatoes. And if nobody will buy the potatoes, I mean in the market, I don't mean in the company, then what happens is that market will disappear. And so your grandkid will know the mashed potato package, but they will not know the potatoes because they will cost $10. And you don't pay $10 for something that will cost you 25 cents. However, this means that they will not have access to anything natural. And if something was to happen to the companies because they don't have power or whatever to produce anything, and the market for natural things is just gone, then you use a screwed very, very, very bad 2 generations down the road. I mean, you might not screw your own generation or the next generation, but two generations down the road, oh hell, you can feel the effect. This is most of the problems that we have for the nutritional point of view is because our grandparents didn't know this, and they shifted all the money towards the chemical part and towards the easy part. And this was done, not on purpose or whatever, but it's something that happened, and as a side effect, we now have more expensive natural things than the other part. So if you want your kids to have access to natural things and all of that, and then you also want to avoid health problems down the road because they have a hell of a lot of chemicals, whatever it is that you're buying, then reallocate your money, because otherwise your kid will have to relocate their money to solve this problem. So you need to understand that this responsibility, if we don't fix it within this generation, the next generation, as in my daughter, will have to fix this. And if they don't, then my daughter's kids, my grandkids, will probably not be able to fix it, because by then the market will be too extreme. Like, either you will have to be extremely rich to try to get something natural, or you don't get it at all. So, we need to fix this by reallocating the money when we need it. Now, for this book, I can tell you right now that it has a hell of a lot of recipes, and then at the end it has a glossary term, and then I'm going to make a resume on the glossary term, because this one is one that is kind of important. So number 1, it says that, I'm not going to go to the order. I'm going to try to tell you what I think is more important first. Number 1, it says Tamari, as in Tamari. Now, Tamari is a soy sauce concentrate available in natural food stores. And this is important to understand because this one is not commercial sauce. It's not the commercial soy sauce that you can see, in the stores. So if you buy soy sauce and compare it to a Tamari, it's not the same. And it is not a substitute either. And this is important to understand because a lot of people are allergic to soya per se, especially people that may have gluten problems. So you may need to buy the Tamari instead of the commercial sauce and then try, because you might be allergic to the chemicals that they add to the commercial one. I have said it before. Certain things that are natural will not give you allergy. But as soon as you put sulfites and a hell of a lot of other things that the companies add to the product so that they can last a long time while you get it, and while they transport it and everything like that, all of these will change, and this is why, you might have intolerance or you might have allergies to this problem, to this product. Now, I am going to continue talking to you about nutritional yeast. Now, this is another name from brewer's yeast. And whenever you think of yeast, you think about something that will make food grow and fluffy and big and whatever. But however, this one does not do that. This one is actually, it's a complex setup of bacteria things and whatever. So basically, this will not help your make food rise, but it has the ability to add a hell of a lot of protein and vitamin B complexes to your food. So if you use it, you want to add very small portion to certain types of food. How to use it, you might be able to find a lot of YouTube videos that will tell you how to do it. But it's important that you understand that whenever you think about something, it doesn't mean that everything within that category will be the same. And it's the same kind of like a flour. When you think about flour, you think about powder and stuff, but not all flours are the same, meaning with the ingredients, which is kind of obvious. However, not all kinds of flours will be the same, even if they are the same ingredient. And the same will be applied to oils. The reasoning for this is because you have two types of processes all the time to do things. You have one that is manual and usually involves, stones and a lot of pressure and, time-consuming thing. And it's insane trying to do this thing right now. That's why, there was the molinos, I don't know how to call that in English, but kind of like the welding system, it was created for doing that. That one is basically pressing in cold. This will help save the nutrients for whatever that you're doing, the oil or the flour. But this may make these oil and flours last less than the other alternative, which is hot. So basically, when you buy flours, they are done for commercial, they do it with hot appliances and stuff to make it more sterile in the process so that they will last longer. However, when you apply heat to several things, the nutrients will die. Some of the nutrients will get to you, but not all of them. And the reason is that one. It's because, when you're trying to do something to make last longer, companies will use heat in the process of making the oil, as in the pressure and everything. They will use heat, they will cook it and everything else. So this is something that you need to understand also when you are going to do it at home by yourself. Let's say that, you are doing, avocado oil. If you're doing avocado oil, you're cooking the avocado and stuff like that. So that one is a hot process. It will make the avocado oil last longer and everything. But there is another process in which you do it by cold. And if you do it by hot, it will be very fast and everything. However, if you do it by cold, oh God, you can take forever to try to get drops out of that thing. So in some places, in some instances, and in some places you might be able to do it because, you know, you have time, you have effort, and you want to do it because you have a specific condition that you want to treat or whatever. This is why certain natural treatments will be very clear about cold press oil only will work for this thing. If you do it with hot oil, or if it doesn't say cold press, then it will not work, because it's the same thing, but it is not